So this is your program you're saying? Okay. You don't use compile and everything, just use Alt plus F9 and Control plus F9, right?
Yesterday it
Yeah.
was coming out from this one hole. It's hitting the
Oh, can you try it now? Use Control plus F9. Yeah.
if I give 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
For this it's giving 5.
Okay.
Every time we have to come.
Sorry.
One.
Yep. Yep.
Now if I'm giving 6, 5, 5, 5, 5,
Okay.
it's giving 0.
Okay. Okay. So same number when you are entering or repeating, so it's giving 0. That is the issue.
For some numbers it's giving 5, but for some digits I don't know. For some numbers it's giving 0.
Okay. Press enter.
Randomly it's giving.
Okay. Just press enter and go back. Again, Control plus F9. Yep. Now enter 234. 2, 3,
2, 3,
4.
4.
Enter.
Hmm.
So it's giving 3. Again, press enter and go back to Control F9 output screen.
Okay.
Just use Control plus F9 and go back to output screen. Yeah. Just now enter 333 333. Press enter. Now it's giving
It's giving
3.
3.
Yeah, that is correct. But what is the issue with 5? Yeah. Okay.
Only for 5 digits it's some problem in coming only in 5
Okay.
digits.
Execute it again. Execute it again. Only for
Okay.
5 digits you are saying, right?
Uh,
Okay. Enter.
Now if I enter
Yeah.
6,
Press enter. It's giving
now
4.
it's giving 4.
Hmm. There's some issue. Okay. Come back. We will check the logic. Okay, let's go to starting clear screen. Integer x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, and the integer number, percentage d, and x. Okay, instead of integer, can you use long? Long int.
I used long, but it's not taking long. I tried that one.
Okay, just try long int. Yes, please. Yeah, again, integer same. X, 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 x.
Hmm.
For x also, you should put a long int d. Come back, come back. Okay, just
Oh,
enter any number. Let us check whole logic. Yeah, it's okay, right? Come back.
4.
Now for x also, you should put long integer because you are taking the input, right? Yeah,
Hmm.
try long int.
I think for Y it's not needed, right?
Yeah, it's not
Long
needed
in.
for y. Yeah. Now, yeah, you can remove from y. It's not needed because you are just calculating numbers, right? In y. Okay, just type now 5555 or 666.
6, 6.
Press enter. It's coming 0. Okay.
It's 0.
Okay.
Maybe for Y we only in
Yes, y you don't need long.
5.
Yeah. One second. Let me check the whole logic. One second. See, percentage d you are using that's for integer, right? Scanf percentage d and x. So for long int you should do it. One second. What you can use?
Okay.
I think there might be some change in percentage identifier, right? Because percentage d belongs to integer. Am I correct?
Okay.
Right. One second. Long int. Let me check it out. One second. What can we do?
Percentage P or
The percentage d is for that one, right? Double. One second. Let me check. What can we use for long int? One second.
long double.
Yeah. I think because number is more, right? As compared to integer length. That's why it's
That's
the
why
issue. Yeah. Okay. Long.
till 4 digits and 5 digits coming correctly, but only for some digits it's giving 0.
Okay. 1 minute. Let me check. Right. Just give me 1 minute. So up to 4 digits working fine, right? You are saying correct?
Up to till 4 digits is working fine.
Just use percentage ld.
LD.
Yeah. Now try.
Sorry?
Yeah, yeah. You can try. Now it's coming
It's
correct,
coming now. 5.
right?
Yeah.
So that was the issue,
Ah,
right?
okay. Then,
Okay, so now you are printing percentage d is fine because we are just getting number of digits, right? So that will be under integer only,
ah,
right? So that should be okay
Indian.
now. Any other
Okay.
issue you have?
Yeah. Thank you. All the other programs I did, but you should check like if the coding is correct or I should try some
Yeah, I will try
other.
it out. I will
I'll
try
send
it out.
by mail.
Yeah, just send me mail, right? Whatever programs you have done. So individually you can send me around 5 mails, right, for each program. So I will check one by one, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So any issue you
Okay.
faced or any query you have apart from this?
No queries. Only this one I need to proceed.
Okay. So this is fixed now, right?
Only this has
So you
problem. All
understood, right?
other running
Yeah. Yeah. So you understood
properly.
this problem, right?
No.
Okay, cool.
Ah.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just checking the presenter access again, right? Okay. Make presenter. Yes. Let me know once my screen is visible.
One.
Is visible now?
No, no. It's again I have to come out of this one and then
Uh,
yeah, it's visible now.
it's visible, right? Okay. So let's start with arrays today. Right? So arrays, right? So any idea about arrays? I mean, what is arrays? How we are allocating memory for that or something? Hello?
That means it's um,
Hello? Yes,
no,
Lakshna.
hello.
Yeah, you're getting my voice?
Collection of Indias and its array means
I think your voice is breaking.
you want it.
1 second, let me come out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah, now it's
Voice is
fine.
break.
Yes, Lakshna. So you were
You
telling
want to
something
tell
about
me?
array.
Oh no, no, no. You want to tell me?
Sorry?
You want to tell me?
Okay,
That's
okay.
that's proper.
Any
Yes, right.
guess you can make regarding array? What is array exactly? Just make any guess. Let's
I
see.
will tell in the raw language. Like.
Okay, okay, okay. Let me explain. See, so you know variables, right? So normally, let's say if I want to get input, right? Let's say I want to sum two numbers and I want to put into another one, right? So what we are using, we are declaring three
Hmm.
variables, integer x, y, z, right? So let's say for x, I
Ah.
want to get the add of y plus z, right? So whatever
Hmm.
values we have in y, z, we are adding and putting inside third variable, that is the at x. So we are writing expression x is equals
Oh.
to y plus z, correct? So
Oh yeah, correct.
So for getting two numbers sum, you need three variables, right? X, Y,
Oh,
and Z. And these three variables are of
okay.
type integer, right? That means integer X, integer
Hmm.
Y, and integer Z. And integer, you know, it will take 2 bytes of memory, right? So total, how much memory
Hmm.
we need? 2 plus 2 plus 2,
6.
right? 6 bytes of memory we need
6.
total, right? So that is fine.
Okay.
But when you are declaring any variable, let's say you're declaring integer X or integer Y or integer Z, so do you think they will
Oh.
allocate memory in sequence?
No.
See, whenever we are running any program or something, so by default it will take the memory from RAM. That is nothing but random access memory.
Ah.
It will not take the memory from hard disk, right? But when we are storing anything, let's say we are storing some input, output, or we are storing some program, or we are saving something, then the saved portion will go to hard disk.
Oh.
But whenever we are running any program,
Oh.
so all the memories will be allocated from RAM only, right?
Right.
So that's why when
Okay.
we are using pointers,
Ah.
right? Because pointers will directly point to the memory location. So if we do something wrong with pointers,
Ah.
so there's a chances of damage of memory or hardware part, right? So embedded
Okay.
is based on that only. Yeah. If something we have performed wrong action or something we have not taken care, any measure we have not taken, so that might cause, but that is very rare
Oh.
chance because normally we will control by
Okay.
program itself, right? So when we are talking about arrays, right? So
Ah,
let's say when I'm declaring integer x, integer y, and integer z. So these three variables we are declaring, it's
okay.
getting the memory from RAM, but that is random. We are not 100% sure that will allocate the memory in sequence,
Okay.
right? So I'm giving you one
So
example,
we are
right? Yeah, yeah. So let's say
mm,
we are on one floor, right? So on floor we have thrown around 5 to 6 balls, right, in random direction,
ah,
right? So one ball is located in right side, one ball located in left side, or another balls are located in left or right, whatever we have. So all the balls are randomly located. Now I told you to collect the balls from the floor. So one by one you will go to
okay.
each ball location and pick it out. So let's say for one ball
Yeah.
it's on left, then you will go to left, then pick the ball. For the next ball you will go
Okay.
somewhere. Okay, you will go for then collect the second ball, then third ball, then fourth ball, and fifth ball. So different locations we have different balls, and you are collecting it. So it will take time, right? Because you're
Okay.
going to one location, then second location, third location, and you're picking all the balls and you're coming back. Now instead, all the
Okay.
5 balls, if I keep on single location in one row, then directly you can go to that row and
Okay.
collect all the balls. So which one is faster? Second scenario, right?
Yeah. This yeah,
Correct, right? Because
sequential is
yes, because sequentially we put, so you will go directly to one location, then one by one you can collect and you can come back very easily. So that will reduce time
yeah.
and your effort. So similarly, if we
Okay.
place all the things, all the variables in one line, so that will be easy for the compiler to get the thing access or to put the value to fetch the value. So the compilation time and complexity will reduce. So that is the concept of
Okay.
arrays we have, right? So whatever,
Okay.
yeah, whatever we need to store, we are storing in a single location, a single sequence of location, right? So let's say
Okay.
one location I have base memory 3000. This is placed for my first wall, right?
Okay.
Right. So let's say first
Ah,
of all we are allocating the memory 2 bytes. There is nothing for integer,
which is
correct? Now the next sequence it will be 3002, where I'm storing the second wall,
two.
correct?
Okay.
Now third will be,
Hmm.
sorry, 3002, second wall. Now third will be 3004 because we are using
Four.
integer. Integer is nothing but 2 bytes,
Yeah.
correct? So
Yeah.
on it will store.
Hmm.
So arrays are
Okay.
predefined memory allocation location, right? Predefined when I'm saying is, let's
Ah,
say I'm using integer ARR, then I'm using 10, right? So once I
okay.
declare this thing, so what it will do, it compiler will say it's an array of 10 variables or 10 elements, we can say, right? So array of
Okay.
10 elements. That means, let's say starting location is 3000, then it will start from 3002, right? And up to 3018, I can say, fine,
Okay. Yeah.
right? So it will store up to this point. You understood my point? So when I'm saying
Ah,
array
yeah.
of
I
10
understand.
elements, so every element will occupy the memory of 2 bytes because it's an integer variable, right?
Okay.
But all will be in one sequence,
Hmm.
right?
Okay.
Yeah, so that is more
Hmm.
efficient when we are declaring lot of variables, right? So instead of that, we can simply write an array. Because let's say somebody told
No.
us, right? Let's say we have around 5 to 6 number, 45, 67, 87, 78, 89, 4, 5, 6. So let's say somebody is telling you,
Okay.
right? Or give the requirement
Hmm.
to get all these number and sort it out, right? So what you can do
Okay.
is you
Hmm.
can put all the numbers in one array and sort it out accordingly,
No.
right?
Okay.
Yeah. So see,
Hmm.
when array we have all the memory, I mean all the numbers in sequence position, right? Or we are using the same location, correct? So in that case, what we need to do, every
Ah.
time whenever we are processing array, we should use loop
No.
because
Okay.
you are accessing multiple things, right? So multiple things, whenever you are
Hmm. Correct.
accessing, you should use loop,
No.
right?
Okay.
So that is the concept of
Hmm.
arrays we have. Any confusion in this?
No confusion.
No confusion, right? You are clear. Okay. So this is the
Yeah.
declaration of this one, right? So arrays can be different types, similar like integer, it can be character, it can be double,
Okay.
it can be float. Similarly, as we are declaring normal variables,
Yeah. Okay.
right? So it can be anything,
Ah. Okay.
right? So similarly, if we declare
Hmm.
character array, right? Let's say I'm declaring character ch, then I'm declaring 100.
Okay.
So it
That will
will
be
take 1 byte memory for each,
okay.
right? So each element will be same as declaring a variable. Each element will be a same as declaring a variable, right? With same
Okay.
size of memory allocation. Okay.
Okay.
Here, 1 second. Let me store it. T3. Okay. Right. This is the thing. Now this is totally when we are saying integer ARR 10. So this is completely we say as one dimensional array,
Okay.
right? So this is one dimensional array, right? So one dimension means let's say we are just let's say on the floor, right? So all the balls are placed in one direction. That is either x direction or y direction or z direction, whatever we can place, right? So this is nothing but one dimensional array. All
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
are in sequence, right?
Wonder.
Okay. Now when we are saying
Okay.
integer ARR 2 and 3.
Wait.
Now this is two dimensional array.
Yeah.
Any idea what is the difference between both of them?
Yeah. It will store in the one horizontal and some vertical direction, X
Correct,
and Y.
correct, 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 correct. X and Y direction below. You understood the table, right? Table concept, right? It will store
Yeah.
in
Table
table format only,
or
right?
matrix.
So it will be like when we are saying 2 and 3, right? So that is a combination of row and matrix. So you know, right? Row and column
Seven.
combination. Yeah. So that is just like a matrix
Yeah.
we
I
are
know
defining in
matrix
math,
concept.
right? Matrix concept.
Uh,
You can simply say
matrix.
matrix concept. So that is the format of row and column storage. Row into column. Fine. So 2 here is rows, number of
Yeah.
rows,
Fine.
and 3 here is number of columns.
Columns.
Correct. So how it will store? It will say this is first
Yeah.
row, this is second row, right? And here if you go, it will say
Yeah.
first
Correct.
column, second column, and third column,
Second.
right? So that will be a table,
Third column.
correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah. So this is the concept of two-dimensional array. When we are saying it's simply a matrix, right? So see, whenever I'm
Yeah.
declaring integer ARR 10, right? So always
Okay.
arrays indexing
Yeah.
will start from 0 to 9. 0. It will start from 0.
Okay.
Index will start from
Okay.
0 always.
Zero. Okay.
From 0. Right? So here we are defining as 10 number of arrays are 10 number of elements, right? So array,
Yeah.
1 second. Okay, yeah. So array index will be from 0 to 9, right? So we have 10
Okay.
elements here where which have index starting from 0 and end with 9,
Nine. Okay.
correct? Any confusion?
Okay. Yeah.
Right? So
No.
let's
No
say,
confusion.
yeah, let's say if we want to assign any value, right? So what we can do is for I is equals to 0, right? Then I is less than 10,
I.
then I plus plus, right? Here what
Mm.
I am trying to do is I'm just assigning individual array elements value, right? So array I is equals to I
Yeah.
plus 1.
Okay.
So what this logic will do, can you tell me what this logic will do?
For the first element, it will store one in the val.
Okay, so first element will
A
store
of
I.
array of zero is stored in value is one. Its value is one.
Correct, correct, correct. Now again it will go to loop second and array of 1 is equals to 2, right? So the values will be 1, 2,
Two.
3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? So it will store the value in this
19.
sequence. Now if I want to print these values, right, in sequence, again I need to use the same loop for,
The same loop.
yes, right, for I is equals to 0, then I is less than 10, then I plus plus, right? And what here I will do is I will simply write printf,
Yeah.
right? I will be it will behave like same,
Mm.
I mean single elements, right? I mean just like variables. So percentage d I will use and simply I
Ah.
will print ARR of
Yeah.
I. So now it will print all the values from 1 to 10.
Mm.
So this I can define as I'm taking input
And
and here it will show as printing
out.
output. Got it?
Yeah, yeah, got it.
Any confusion?
No confusion.
Okay. Right, so you understood, right, how it's working.
Uh,
Fine.
yeah.
Now, if I take the example
Fine.
of two-dimensional array, right? Let's say integer
Mm.
arr 1, and I'm saying 2 and 3, right? So how the input will take place here?
Please.
Any idea? We are using
It's
loop, right?
a, yeah, everything. We will use two loops for I equal to 0. Inside the loop, we will use another for loop.
Correct, correct, correct. So that we call as nested loops,
But,
right?
uh,
That we call as
yeah,
nested
nested
loops,
loops. Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So what I will do is I will use for I is equals to 0, then I is less than 2. It will go first loop will be for rows. That's nothing but number of rows. So number of rows are 2, right?
Yeah.
So we are saying I is equal to 0, I is less than 2, then I plus plus,
I,
correct? Now inside this, what I will do, I will write another
yeah.
loop for, now the
J is
variable
equal
will be
to,
different, yeah. You can use j, k, whatever you want,
yeah.
right? So j is less than number
Okay.
of columns 3, then j plus plus,
Mm. Yeah.
right? So similarly, right? So for j is equals to
Mm.
0, j is less than n, then here you can use the same thing, right? ARR of I
Yeah.
and j,
J.
right? Which is equals to,
Yeah.
you can write any value. I can simply say j plus 3. That is okay.
Okay.
Okay, I can write I plus j plus 3. Fair enough?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, fine.
right. So here I should write I comma j.
Okay. It comes, yeah.
Yes,
Mm.
right. So how a loop will process? It will be 0 comma 0 initially, right? It will assign the first
Yeah.
value, then 0 comma 1,
First,
0 comma 2.
one,
So that will
0.
complete the first row, right? So once the row is
Yeah.
completed, it will again go to the second one, and the column will change. Sorry, row will change to I is equals to 1. So that will be first row, then
Okay.
0, then 1 1, then
Mm.
1 2.
Okay.
Got it? Yeah. So similarly, when we are
Uh-huh.
printing, then we have to use the same nested loops.
Okay.
Fine. Yeah. Any
Yeah,
confusion
fine.
you have in this?
No confusion. Yesterday I did that input and
Okay. Okay. Okay.
concepts. I really technical words I'm really missing.
Yeah. So yeah. So if you have any confusion or if you are not able to recollect anything, you can ask me, right? Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll ask.
Yeah.
Mm.
So this is the concept of nested loops we have, right? So these are two-dimensional array. Now, if we go to the next level, let's say I'm using integer ARR2. Now I'm using 2, then 3,
Okay.
then 4. So here this is nothing but three-dimensional array.
Okay.
Now, can you tell me how it will store the values and everything?
It will take two rows,
Okay,
two rows,
so
three
you can make
columns.
guess.
It's
Then
a
we
three
will
by
see.
three
Yeah,
matrix. It will.
you can make any guess, then we will rectify. Okay, okay. See, okay. Now go
Two
from
rows.
right to left. So that will be 4,
Okay.
then 3, then 2, right? So what you can do is just
Then
skip
four.
this portion as of now. Just consider this portion 3 oblique 4. So just consider last two, right? So this is nothing but same as
Okay.
table matrix 3 cross 4,
Uh,
right?
okay.
So we
Three
can
rows
write
and
it.
four columns.
Yes, right? 3 rows and 4 columns. Now when we are talking about 2, right? So that will be like
Yeah.
pages. So on every page we have 3 cross 4 matrix. So we have two pages.
Oh.
On two pages we have 3 cross
Okay.
4 matrix. I will give you a simple example. Do you have any copy or register? Right? So when you're opening a register, right? So first page you will see 3 cross 4 matrix. Now on second page you will see 3 cross 4 matrix. So on so
Okay.
assume you have one register on which you have only two pages. So once you open first page,
Okay.
you can see 3 cross 4 matrix. If
Okay.
you open second page, you can see 3 cross 4 matrix, right? So two you can define as number of
Okay.
pages, and on every page you have 3 cross 4 matrix. Now you got it,
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
right?
Okay.
So now you can say I have
Mm.
two matrix, right, of 3 cross 4 which are defined on two pages, right? So
Okay.
similarly, if I go to integer, fourth one, right, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on, array of 1, right? Now, as I say, 2, 2. Okay, let me change the number. 2, 3, 4,
Okay.
and 5. Again, this is four-dimensional array. Now again, take last two. So this will be our matrix,
Okay.
right? This will be
Okay.
our pages, right? And this will be our super page, right? So what I will explain, super instead of super page, what you can do is again go to register, right? On first
Okay.
page, let's say first page by pencil or some pen, you have divided into two parts, right? On every
Okay.
part, on every half part, we have 3 cross 4 matrix. So on first page, you can see first
Oh,
half we have 3 cross 4. Now in bottom half we have 3 cross 4. Now again you move to second page. First half we have 3 cross 4. Now in second half we have 3 cross 4. So now we have 4 matrix.
okay. Ah,
You understood my point?
correct. Yeah, understood.
Yeah, right. So by this way you can understand 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on, right? So that will be just like enhancing our memories concept,
Okay.
right? So generally up to 2 or 3 we are using at max, right? But there might be some cases where you can use this thing. So you have to just think about
Okay.
this, how it can be implemented, right? So 2 into 2 is nothing but 4. You can simply say, right? You understood my concept?
Okay.
Actually, it's 2 cross 3,
Uh,
sorry. On every page, it's divided into 3, sorry. I actually forgot it's 2,
okay. Okay.
right?
Oh.
Actually, I was telling you about right
Mm.
this, 2 cross 2. If I use 3, then it will be 2 into 3.
Okay.
6 into, we have this one matrix. 6 matrix, we have a 5 cross 4.
Okay.
Got it? Any confusion?
So
Yeah, tell me. Please tell me.
yeah. So in every page, so we will store the value only that for 3 rows and 4 columns. Like we
No, no,
for this 2, 3, 4.
see,
This
only take
int
the
array
last two,
for
one
the
as
first one,
matrix, right?
3 dimensional array.
Okay, see, you are saying
Okay.
three dimension or four dimension. So let me explain you four dimension, right? What
Yeah,
I'm
three
trying to say.
dimensional.
Okay, so when you are
Okay.
saying three dimension, right? So last, if you check two one, right? So 3 cross 4 is a matrix,
Mm.
and these two are we are
Okay.
saying as pages, right? So similarly,
Okay.
if you go to four
So
dimension, so last two are matrix, right? And these
matrix,
three,
I
yes,
understood. Then
yeah, these three we consider as
the
pages
one
or sub
page is
pages.
divided into 3 parts.
Yes.
Okay.
So if we have, see, 4 cross 5 is matrix, then we have 3, then we have 2. So if we have more than one
Huh.
item in left, right, then we will consider it as sub pages.
Huh.
So 3 will be sub pages, 2
Okay.
will be
Okay.
main page. So one page
Okay.
we are
Okay.
dividing into sub
Okay.
pages. You got it? So
Okay.
total we
So
have 2 into 3 is
yeah,
also
got it.
6, 4, 4, 5 cross matrix. So just multiply these two, 2 into 3,
Okay.
that means 6. So we have 6, 4, 4 into 5 dimensional matrix.
Okay. Okay. So one doubt,
Yeah,
like
please tell me.
if we are giving input for the 3 dimensional array, like
Then we need 3 loops.
3 loops. Okay.
Yes. If we are using 4 dimensional, then we need 4 loops.
4 loops. Okay.
Right? So it will start from left to right. So
Yeah.
initially we'll use 2, then 3, then 4, then 5.
3, 4, 5.
Correct?
Okay,
Similarly, we are
understood.
using it here. Let's say
Uh,
for 2, we are using I is less than 2. Then for 3, you're using I is less than 3.
oh,
Similarly,
I
when we
understand.
go for 3
Okay.
dimensions, start with 2, I is less than 2, then j is less than 3, then k is less than 4.
Okay. 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 Understood.
Got it now?
Got it. Got it.
Any confusion you can ask. You are free to ask anything. Okay.
I'll try them some. Then.
Okay, let me give you one assignment here. That's cool, right? So what you can do is
Uh,
you can take the input from a screen, right, and fill the two-dimensional array or three-dimensional array. You can try with both. So can you just note it down?
okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
take this one, right? And second thing,
Mm.
you have
Mm.
to do sum of two matrix of 2 cross 3,
Okay.
right? Similarly, you have to do multiplication
Ah,
of 2 cross 3 matrix with the help of loop.
okay.
So you will take the input in
Okay.
two matrix, then you will multiply. You know the matrix multiplication, right? It will
Yeah,
be
I know. I
rows
know.
into columns, right? So you can do the same job,
Problems. Correct.
right? So these three you can do it now. I mean, not now, after this class.
Okay.
Right? So any confusion you have
For
in
now
this?
means it will be over. Today will be over.
Sorry?
I'm start doing now. Tomorrow directly I have to come from class.
So any confusion you have in this?
No, no confusion.
Okay, right. So let's say when we are passing array to functions, right? So there might be some, I mean, there might be some situation where we need to pass the whole array value to a function to calculate something, right?
Okay.
So in that case, what I'll
Mm.
be simply writing one syntax void sum. Let's say I want to do sum of all the numbers in array, right? So I'm using sum
Okay.
underscore array, and what I can do is,
Okay.
let's say I have this integer array. So let me declare one array, right? Integer arr 10. Now, how I want to initialize this array, right? So how I have need to
Mm.
initialize, right? So what I can write is simply I will write two parentheses and with semicolon, and I can write all the values 1, comma 2, comma
Okay.
3, comma 4, comma 5, comma 6, comma 7, comma 8, comma 9, comma 10. Right? So this is the way of initialization.
Okay.
Instead of taking input
Okay.
from a screen, I can do the initialization directly. Right? This
Okay.
can be another thing. There might be some scenarios where we have to just write like this. Right? So here,
Okay.
just
Ah.
notice one thing. This is array of 10 elements, correct? I wrote 10 elements,
Ah.
1 to 10, right? If I skip the 10th element, then what it will do? Any idea? If I skip these two, I will just input only 8 elements, then what it will do? So how it will assign the values to array of 10? Hello? 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 Sulaksha, are you there? Hello? 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 Sulaksha, are you there? Hello? Oh, she got offline. Hello. Yeah, Sulakshana. It's audible now?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
sorry for that.
No, no, it's okay. It's okay. Right? So what we were saying. Okay. So I told you initialization, right? So here I have array of 10 elements. So instead of assigning all the 10 elements, I'm just assigning 8 elements from 1 to 8. Now, can you, I mean, how it will assign the values? Any idea?
For A0, it will take 1. For A1, it will be 2. And for the A7, it's the value is 8. Till, hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hey,
Yeah.
Sulaksha, you are getting my voice?
Hello?
Are you getting my voice?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay. So any idea? I mean, about,
I'm getting.
yeah, yeah.
Hello?
Yes, Lakshana. So any idea regarding the last two elements,
Yeah.
what value
For
it will assign?
it will it will allocate like for A, yeah, for array 7, it will the value will be 8
Okay, and what about array 8 and array 9?
for A7.
Yeah, yeah. Or what about A8 and A9?
It will store some garbage value or
No.
will not.
See, it will not take garbage value because initially for 8 elements we have defined, right? If you
Okay.
assign any value to even a single element, right? So it will take rest value as 0. So by default it will take 0 and 0.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's say I'm just defining only 8,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Now what it will do, it will take the first element ARR 0 as 8 and rest element as 0.
Okay.
Got it?
Ah,
If
got
you
it.
don't
Okay.
define anything, then it will take garbage value.
Oh, okay.
Got it now?
If we get some, okay, got it. Got it.
Yeah. Let's say I'm just sending only 4 values. Now here I need to pass this array, right? So just for passing arrays, what I can do is I will simply write integer data type, whatever you're passing, then ARR, then I can write simply 10,
Okay.
right? So this is the first method of
Okay.
passing array, right? So here see index is fixed 10, right? Same we are using, but let's say if we are using array, right, and we don't know the exact index or exact number of elements whatever we have in array, it can be dynamic array also, right, just like pointers. Then what, in that case what
Uh,
we will do, we will just simply use empty brackets, right? So it will take the
okay.
index automatically, what are the number of elements we have.
Okay.
Got it?
Ah, got it.
Right? Or we can do is, instead of this I can write integer star p. So you know pointers, any idea regarding pointers?
Yeah, pointers are used to store the memory of the
Correct, correct,
variable.
correct, correct. So let me explain you before we go ahead, right? 1 second. So when we are talking about pointers, right? So pointers, let's say in RAM, right? So we have memory location 302 and 304. Sorry, 304. Just for integers, I'm telling you, right? 3006 and so on, right?
Okay. Okay.
So see, normally when we are
Okay.
declaring any variable, right? Let's say I'm declaring integer x or y, right? So these are variables, right? So these
Okay.
can have any memory, but these are not shown to us what memory it will allocate.
Okay.
Correct? Now
Yeah, correct.
I will simply
Ah.
assign x is equals to 4 or y is equals to 5.
Mm.
It's only values we're assigning. We are not bothered about the location, how it will go, how will get stored in the memory. Correct? So what we will do is
Correct.
we are just
Mm.
simply creating a variable which internally has some memory.
Okay.
Now we are assigning some value to that
Okay.
variable, right? So what compiler will do, it will just assign the variable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever value we have given, it will just directly get that value and convert into machine language and assign it to that memory, right? So there is some step process
Correct.
the compiler will do.
Ah.
So instead, what we can do is
Okay.
we can declare one pointer variable integer star p, right? And what we can do, we can just
Okay.
simply
Mm.
assign the address of x, address of x to that
Okay.
pointer variable, right? Now it will point directly to the address,
Okay.
right? So from directly from address we will
Hmm.
get the value, or we will assign the value instead of going through variable or indirect phase. So that
Oh,
will increase
okay.
the speed of compilation and processing,
Okay.
right? As we are directly
Okay.
accessing memory. You got the concept?
Yeah, yeah,
Any
got it.
confusion you have here?
No confusion.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Right? So instead of assigning values to variable, then
Yeah.
it will the compiler will understand how the values are assigned, then it will convert to machine language directly stored into memory. Right? So there's a 2 or 3 step process. So directly what we are doing, we are just using
Mm.
pointer variable, which will point directly to the variable
Oh,
memory. It will store and get the values directly from there.
okay.
Right? So that will increase the process, and this is for dynamic way we are using. Right? Because pointers,
Okay.
if you go further, right, in data structure and everything, you must have a linked listing, trees and everything concept, right, in data structures. So data structure, everything is
Yeah,
dynamic
correct.
we are using, right? So they are not using arrays. Instead, they are using linked list, right? So basically, it is a structure that
Okay.
we are just
Yeah.
linking one from other, right? So if you are going to
Okay.
further in the data structure level, then pointers will be mainly used for dynamic purpose, right? So it can be single
Okay.
pointer, double pointer, triple pointer, and later concept. But normally, we in C and C++, we are just simply bother about single pointers, right? So single point is nothing but star
Okay.
p. If we are saying double pointers, then it will be star
Okay.
star p, right? If you are pointing triple
Uh-huh.
pointer, right, so it will be star triple p. So what is the difference between single pointer and
Okay.
double pointer, right? So let me explain you. So this is single
Uh-huh.
pointer which will store the address, right? Now let's say I'm
Okay.
defining other
Mm.
pointer integer star star k, right? So what I will do is I will use k is equals to end of p. Now you understood what it will do? It will be pointer to
So
pointer.
address after address.
Yes,
Yeah,
it will
okay.
take the memory of pointer.
Point. Okay.
It will store the pointer address. Let's say I have one finger, right? It's pointing to a particular location,
Yeah.
right? Now another finger is
Okay.
pointing to my finger. That's the third location.
Mm.
You understood my point?
Okay.
So it's just like a reference, right?
Uh-huh.
Reference of a pointer,
Yeah.
right? Something
Yeah.
is pointing to something, but we are pointing to that particular thing.
Okay.
Any confusion you have here?
Okay.
Hello?
Uh-huh.
Yes, Lakshana. Any confusion you have?
Yeah, yeah.
Got it?
No, no, got it.
Okay. So let's say I'm
Yeah.
defining three, okay, pointer to pointer to pointer. That is with triple pointer, integer,
Mm.
star, j. So now what it will do, we can assign the value of j is equals to end of k. Now third finger is pointing to second finger is pointing to first finger, and first finger is pointing to some variable.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is something with indirect reference. So when we are going to higher level programming like
Yeah.
data structure and everything, then we have to do in that case. Because
Okay.
there might be some dependent variables that we have to declare. Something is pointing to something, something is pointing to something. But internally, if one is
Oh,
changed, that means we have changes in all the three things. Let's say we have one variable x.
oh,
So one finger is pointing to x. Now second finger is pointing to first finger, and third finger is pointing to second
yeah.
finger. If we change anything in x,
Oh,
so it will impact in all the fingers,
okay.
right? So if yeah,
Yeah.
you understood my point? Yeah. So let's say we are
Understood.
buying one car, right? So it will affect the whole family, right? You can understand this point,
Okay.
right? So single
Uh,
impact can affect all the things. Because let's
yeah.
say we have to
Okay.
make changes in one side, then it should impact in all the other sides. There might be practical scenarios because
Oh,
there are couple of dependent things in practical world, right? If you're going to practical projects or something, in that case, if something affects one
yeah.
thing, then it should reflect in
Yeah.
all
Okay.
the other things. So that is the concept of reference pointers.
Oh,
Got the
okay.
point?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Any confusion you have, you can ask a question. Any confusion here?
Now I don't have any confusion.
Okay.
But later,
Yeah, yeah, you can ask. Yeah, that's not an issue, right? Because same thing we will repeat in C++ also, right?
uh,
Because C++ is completely right. It's C++, as I told you, right? So all the features of C will
Ah,
cover in C++, but only we have only additional feature is oops. That's it.
correct, correct.
Yeah, this is we have, right? So I think arrays we have
Ah,
completed pretty much. Okay, let me just go through pointers more for arrays. Yeah, there are 5 to 6 points. Okay, so let's say I'm defining integer ARR of 10, right?
hmm.
The array of elements 10. Now I'm defining integer star p, right? So when I'm saying p is equals to, now what is the array index? So what is the address of array? When we are saying address of array, right? So array contains 10 elements, right? Which have different address,
Ah,
but these are in sequence,
correct.
correct?
Sequence, yeah.
But as I
Ah,
told you, right? So initially, as I told you, right? So on floor we are scattering balls, right? So that will be in different locations. These are
yeah,
for variables. But when we
very
assign all the values or when we put all the balls in sequence, right? So
Hmm.
you should go to only one location and pick up all the balls. So what you are doing is you are going to base location and you are picking all the balls, correct?
Okay, okay.
So when the balls are
Correct.
in line,
Okay.
so you are going at one location, that is nothing but base location, that is starting of the balls. Then you are booking the balls one by one,
Correct.
correct? So what
Okay.
pointer will do? Pointer
Correct.
will just point to the base location of array instead of pointing all the array reference,
Okay, okay.
correct? So when we are saying this thing, so
Hmm.
it will be an ARR of 0, correct? So that will be
Okay.
base
Ah,
location. Base
okay.
location pointer will refer,
Okay.
correct?
Hmm.
वहां पर जा. So that will be base location pointer will refer, right? Or we can simply write
Okay.
p is
Okay.
equals to ARR, right? So internally
Okay.
it will mean the same thing. P is equals to AND of ARR 0 or it will be ARR. So by default, if we write simply the
Okay.
name of array and assign it to pointer, so that means it will assign the base address of array.
Okay.
Got the point?
Got it. Got it.
Both are same. It will point to base location. Fine?
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Okay. Right. So okay. So now when we assign all the values to it, right? So let's say I'm using P5, right? So it will be
Okay.
equals to ARR of 5.
Okay.
You got it? After assigning the value, if we directly,
Got
either we can write ARR 5 or P or 5. Both are same,
Okay. Okay.
correct? It can be 5, it can be
Hmm.
6, right? So it can be any value, or I can say
Hmm.
simply ARR of 5 equals to P of 5, correct? So any value, any index will be
Hmm.
same of pointer and arrays when we allocate this base location to pointer,
Okay.
correct? So whenever you are printing the
Hmm.
value, you can either use pi or arr of I within loop.
Okay. But
Yes, Lakshna, tell me.
specifically, like, hmm,
Sorry.
it's not necessary to use P of I, correct? Or
No, let's say we are assigning the point. I
always
mean,
it's not.
no, it's not necessary. I'm just giving one example, right? Let's say for array base
Oh,
location we are assigning to pointer. Now instead of array within
okay.
loops and everything, I need to use pointer because that is more efficient. And how you will print
Oh,
the value,
oh,
right? So it will be pi instead of arri because we are not
oh,
using array within loop, correct? Because
okay.
pointer is locating to array now. So a better efficiency within loop. Let's say we have to do multiple processing or a complex logic we have to do. So in that case, array we will skip.
Okay.
We will simply assign the array address to pointer. So that will refer to the same thing.
Oh,
So within loop, we are using pointers. Now at
okay.
some particular point, I need to use the value of pointer. So I can simply write pi.
Okay.
I can use the value of this
Okay.
thing,
Okay.
right? Yeah,
Very good.
right. Or let me explain you a little bit better, right? So I'm saying for I is equals to 0, I is less than 10, then I plus plus. So here I'm writing printf percentage d, comma arr of I. Fine. So I'm printing all the values of
Hmm.
array, right? So instead of this thing, what I can do is here I will assign p is equals to arr. It will assign the location, base location to pointer. Now both is referring to same location, right? Now instead of
Okay.
that
Yeah.
array, I can simply write P of I, right? So it will print all the values. Similarly, the AR array is printing, correct? But now pointer is referring to that memory, so that will be fast.
Okay.
You got the point?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, got the point.
See, either I can write in this way, PI value, or there's another syntax for the same thing. Printf percentage D, comma,
Hmm.
star of
Yeah.
P plus 5. P of I, P plus I. So that will print, that will also print the value. So either we can write in this way or we
Okay.
can write in this way. So both will refer to the same thing.
Okay.
It will refer to the values stored at that particular location. Any
Okay.
confusion here,
No confusion.
right? Another syntax,
Ah.
but same purpose. Are you clear regarding this?
Ah.
Chalo. Okay. So pointers regarding arrays are completed, right? So you have this thing. Okay. So let's go to the functions right now, right? So tomorrow we will cover strings, right? Strict character strings.
Okay.
Now let's say today we are covering functions,
Hmm.
right? So that will be easy for you to pick up. So functions, you remember, right? Void
Okay.
main, we are using empty braces, and you are not returning
Hmm.
anything, correct? There is a simple function
Okay.
example.
Hmm.
Now here, if you see, we have void. Void is nothing but return parameter, return type,
Yeah.
return type, and main is nothing but, sorry, let me just type it out correctly.
Function.
Yeah, so void here is return type, right? And main is nothing but function. Main
Function.
is function, correct? And
Ah.
empty braces, sorry, this thing, that means no input parameters,
Okay. Okay.
correct? No input
Hmm.
parameters, or you can say formal parameters.
Okay.
So I will explain you what is the difference between actual parameter and formal parameter, right? So let's say I'm
Okay.
writing one function here, integer sum, right? And here inside I'm using integer x, comma, integer y, right? So
Okay.
inside this function,
Ah.
what I will write is, let's say I'm using integer z, integer sum, or integer sum
Okay.
underscore 2. This is the variable name I'm declaring, right? Now sum underscore 2 is equals to x plus
Okay.
y. So I'm just doing the sum and I'm assigning the value to sum underscore 2. Now I'm returning the sum underscore 2 value, right? So this is simple function in which we are passing two formal parameters. So these are nothing but formal parameters. Formal
Okay.
parameters. Formal parameters are those which we are passing inside function, right? And actual parameters, if you go to void main function, right? So what I'm trying to do here is
Hmm.
I'm just using the same thing, integer x, comma, integer y, right? And okay, let me just initialize the value here only, right? Integer x, which is equals to 5, integer y, which is equals to 7. Fine. I'm
Okay.
assigning these two values.
Hmm.
Now what I'm trying to do is I'm just calling this function sum, and I'm just passing x comma y, right? And
Fine.
then we are
Okay.
getting the value. And what I'm trying to do is I'm just declaring another variable, integer result, int result, right? So what I will do is
Okay.
whatever value is coming, I will store into result, right? So what it will do, it will
Result.
call this sum function, right? With the help of x and y values. So x and y is nothing but actual parameters here,
Okay.
right? So whatever values we are passing to function, these are actual parameters values. And whatever we are receiving inside function, these are formal parameters.
Okay.
Got it?
Hmm. Got it.
Right? So that is easy. So when we are passing x comma y, nothing but 5 comma 7, right? So 5 comma 7 will be assigned here, right? It will be sum of 5 plus 7 is equals to 12. The sum 12 will contain
12.
12 value and will return the 12 value, which is nothing but type of integer. So same variable I have declared integer,
Okay.
right? And it will accept the
Okay.
value integer only, right? So same
Okay.
integer is, yeah, result variable also of type integer. So data type should be same, right?
Okay.
So once we assign this
Okay.
value, it will assign the value to result, correct? Now simply I will use
Ah,
printf, and I will simply print the values, percentage d, comma, result, right? And final we'll use get ch, get the input, right?
hmm. Hmm.
Any confusion in this? Actual parameters and formal parameters. These are in the easy concept, right? Function is very easy in C.
Ah, yeah.
Any confusion in this? Actual parameters, formal parameters, returning data type, or what can be function name or something?
No, no, for now, no confusion.
Okay, right? So there's another concept, again the same program. See,
Actually,
what,
when we listen, it will be like everything is clear.
so what you can do is you can practice more, right? Say, let's say after
Ah,
class, you
yeah.
can take some random examples, whatever you are thinking, right? Some practical
Ah,
scenarios. So that will make you understand more better,
yeah. Ah,
right? Yeah. Okay.
ah,
Okay. So see, there is one other concept. Here I'm using some x comma y, right? And I'm sending the
ah.
values of x comma y to this function, right? So there are two
Okay.
concepts we have, right? Pass by value and pass by reference.
Reference.
First one is pass by value, and second one is pass by reference.
Correct.
So when we are saying reference, so internally it means pointers,
One. Okay.
right? When we are saying pass by value, so it will do copy of value.
Okay.
Got it? So here in this
Ah, got
example, if you check, here I'm simply passing values x comma y.
it.
I'm not using any
Hmm.
pointers or any reference or any address variable.
Yeah.
Correct?
Ah, correct. Hmm.
Right? So what it will do, it will pass simply the values of x comma y. So it will pass the copy of value, not exactly values.
Oh,
So whatever values we are
ah,
passing 5 comma 7, right? So it will pass the
ah.
copy of values to y. I mean, it will pass the value to 5 comma 7 in the same variables x and y,
Oh,
right? In the sum function. But
okay.
it's a copy of value.
Hmm.
It's not exactly a copy of reference. Reference means it will
Okay.
not share the same memory. Formal and actual parameters will have different memories. Correct?
Okay. Hmm.
Right?
Ah,
Both are not pointing to the same memories.
channels.
Both have different memories, but the values are same. So we are just sending the copy of value. We are not
Okay.
sending the copy of reference. That means x and y parameters, actual parameters have different memory than x and y parameters of formal one. Or if you have any confusion,
Okay.
what I will do is I will
Yeah.
just change the name of those variables. Let's say I'm using u and v. Now is
Ah,
it clear? Instead of this, I will write u.
ah, clear.
Instead of this, I will write v. Right?
Clear.
So u and v have
Hmm.
different memories, and x and y have different memories.
Hmm.
Correct?
Different.
So
Okay.
only copy of
Ah,
value
correct.
we are passing. So values will be same that we are passing, but the reference are different. So that means, let's say,
Different. Okay.
yes, correct. Let's say u and v, we are getting the values, and I'm finally returning the sum. Okay. So after getting the sum, if I change the value of u is equals to 10, right, and v is equals to
Hmm.
6. So it will not impact the values of x and y because memory locations are different.
Different. Okay.
Correct? So u and v value will restricted to this
Ah,
point. It will not impact because memory locations are different of u and v and x and y, right? So x
okay.
and y after this
Hmm.
function also it will contain 5 and 7 values, right? But u and v
Okay.
after summing up it will contain the value 10 and 6.
Oh,
You got the point?
okay.
Now instead of x and y,
Ah,
if I simply write and and so that will refer to
hmm.
address. If we write and to any variable
Ah,
further, so that means it will be a address, right? Similarly, we are
address.
doing p is equals to end of x, you remember? So that means pointing to the address of the
Ah,
memory. So if we write
yeah.
end x and end y, so what it will do, it will pass the reference, it will pass the address instead of memory. So x and y
Hmm.
address will be assigned to this one, integer u and y.
Hmm.
But these are simple variables,
Even.
right? So instead of that, we will
Hmm.
write integer star u and integer star v.
Star.
So now it will accept the memory address, right? So both will point to the same
Ah,
memory, right? If I make
okay.
any changes here, so instead of u directly, we cannot assign the value u. We will write star u and star
Ah,
v to get the value,
ah,
correct? So if you
okay.
make any changes
Hmm.
to these values, then it will reflect to x and y also. So what it will do now? it will go to this thing 5 and 7. It will take the values 5 and 7 values of x and y. It will pass the reference, right, which contains the value 5 and 7.
Okay.
Correct. Now it will go to
Mm-hmm.
this thing. Now it will assign the same address. Now again you will point to the x address. So that means x and you have the same
Mm-hmm.
address, and y and we have the same address. So both will contain the same value, 5 and
Yeah.
7, right? So it will go. It will sum of 5 plus 7 is equals to
Yeah.
12. It will assign to 12. Now u value is changed to 10, and both are referring the same address,
Mm-hmm.
u and x. So x value will also change to x. I mean 10. And v value will have 6. Now v value also reflect in y. That means v and y will become 6. So sum will return 12, but
6.
u and v value have 10 and 6. So same we will have x is equals to 10 and y is equals to 6. So if we go back here,
Mm-hmm.
right? So result will be 12, but x and y values now are changed. If we print,
10 and 6.
yes, if we
Yeah.
print
And the
printf,
result will be 16.
yes, correct. No, no, it will be 12 only. Result will be 12 only. One second, let me explain. If we print percentage x comma x, sorry, percentage d comma percentage d comma x comma y, right? So x and y value will be 10 comma 6 because we changed it, but result is 12. Why? Because
Okay.
at this point when we are calling, it contains value 5 and 7, right? If we go up, so what it will do, it will take the value 5 and 7, it will do the sum first. So here the value will
Okay.
be
Okay.
12 here, right? After that the values we are changing. The sum it's returning, that is nothing but
Okay.
12, but after that we are changing the values, right? So when we go
Value.
down,
Okay.
if we do the sum, it will return the value 12, right? So it will print the value 12. But when we check the value of x and y
Okay.
after getting the sum, then these values are changed in that one,
Mm.
u and v. So that will print 10 comma 6.
Okay.
You got the concept now?
Yeah, got it.
Okay, cool. Any confusion in this?
No confusion.
Sure.
Sure.
I will send this deck today. One second. So you will practice this one, right? Because I just wrote in everything in
Uh,
Notepad, right? It will be same, right? So you will
Correct.
not get any issue if you do in compiler, right? Okay, let me do the same thing.
Uh,
So d3.txt, selection b d3 underscore c underscore concepts. Yeah, send to Notepad, right? So you can
okay.
practice all these things
Thank you.
today. And second thing, array, right? Regarding multiplication, sum, and addition, subtraction, right? So you can practice it out.
Mm.
Main is multiplication,
Okay.
right? So multiplication, if you
Uh,
practice right on two-dimensional array and three-dimensional array, both you should try, right? So you will get practice how exactly memory is locating and how you will loop the, I mean, how you will control the nested loop and everything. Correct?
okay. Okay.
Yeah. And one more
Okay.
program you can do is, uh,
Mm.
okay, what you can do is, one second. Uh,
Send me some functions. Can you give me
yeah,
some assignment?
function. Yeah, function. Let me do this one. Okay. So there's one function rand. You can note it down. Random function. I think you can find in S.
Random
Yeah,
function.
random function is there. RAND or RANDOM. You can check it out. It should be RAND most probably, right?
Okay.
And the header file is
Okay.
stdlib.h. Header file for that is stdlib.h,
Okay. Okay.
right? So you, if you want, you can Google it, right? You will find very easily, right? Random function or something, right? So
Okay.
what you can do is
Yeah.
you can ask the user to input
Mm.
one number, right, on selection screen, right? So
Okay.
once on screen he enters any number, right? What you can do is you just compare that
Ah.
number to that random generated number from 1 to 100. If the number comes equal, right, then you will
Okay.
say you won. If the number comes
Uh,
false, then you said you lost. So for that you can do is you can put this logic inside a function.
okay.
Got this point? Yeah. So random numbers you can ask
Yeah.
from 1 to 5. Let's say 5 random numbers you can ask, and random number function you can pass from 1
Uh,
to 100. That means it will take one, I mean, it will get the
oh.
number randomly from 1 to 100 within the range of 1 to 100. So 5 numbers you will ask to input from
Okay.
user. So that will be a game type, right? So just a gamble type, right? So
Yeah.
5
I know.
numbers he's selecting on, I mean, he's just entering on selection screen. I mean, screen. Then he will
Uh,
just check the random numbers. If something, at least even a single number matches, right? So you will say you won, otherwise you lose,
mm.
right? So that
Okay.
logic you
Okay.
should write in function. Got it? Yeah, that you can use for function,
Ah, okay.
right? So I think we are pretty good
Mm.
today. So any confusion you have till now?
No confusion.
So everything is clear?
Ah, clear.
Okay.
Like it.
You can ask, right? If you have any confusion, you can drop me out
Ah,
there,
yeah,
right?
I'll ask
Yeah,
that.
I will reply, right?
Ah,
Fine.
mm.
Chalo, let's conclude this
Okay.
session. Fine, Sulakshana?
Ah, okay.
Okay. Thank you, Sulakshana.
Okay. Thank you, Mr.
Yeah,
Jyoti.
bye. Yeah.
Bye.